Marquis de Maragone was said to have been done in 1894. Renoir is famous for his paintings of children, but this is one of his finest. Here we have a Caron. In this painting, the foliage, far more than any signature, proclaims the painter. Note the rich use of browns and yellows. A truly fine example of Caron at his best. And now, as is customary, we conclude the tour with the Pendleton family portraits. Here we have a portrait of the first Jervis Pendleton, painted by James Abbott McNeill Whistler. Jervis Pendleton II sat, or stood, as you can see, for John Singer Sargent, whose portraits are hung in every important museum in the world. Please, madam. Oh, I must insist that you stay with the groom.
Oh, yes, of course. But what is that in that room up there?
That, madam, is Jervis Pendleton III, who, as you can see, has broken with the family tradition somewhat.
Craig speaking. Baldwin Brothers, 99. Dexter Chemicals, 35. Just a moment.
Good. Buy both.
Mr. Pendleton accepts both offers. Big speaking. 80th boy, 3/8 of a mile, 34 and 2/5 seconds. Just a moment. Your horse. Your horse! Mr. Pendleton wants $2 across the board. Big speaking! Oh, yes, that matter will be attended to immediately. I'll call you right back. What shall I tell the man about?
Griggs, you can't do that to me. You can't.
The State Department has been... The State Department has been trying to reach...
I don't care who's been trying. I was right in the middle of a thing.
It's about the economic mission to France. The Secretary must know your decision about going.
I was going great. I was with...
Oh, Jervis, it's beyond my understanding how a man who holds the controlling interest in 34 separate corporations can sit all by himself wasting his time beating these silly tom-toms.
All by myself. Listen, I have one of the finest record collections in the country. I play with the very best bands. My father used to get up at 6 o'clock every morning to train carrier pigeons, most of whom never came back. Did you consider that childish nonsense?
Of course not. That was his hobby.
Hobby, my foot. That's the way he got his kicks. Now, if you don't mind, flip that record.
I beg your pardon?
Flip it. Turn it, over.
Look, the Secretary must have your answer. The mission leaves tomorrow night from Idlewild Airport. The seriousness of the problem...
I thoroughly understand the seriousness of the French economic situation. Vital lag in industrial production, coal mining output can be stepped up, electric kilowatt-hour consumption not up to its potential. Even the agricultural program, of which France has always been the European leader, can be increased. Now, flip that record.
Anything else?
Yes. Just sit there and listen.
Griggs, because I hold you in affection and great esteem, I shall now begin to instruct you in what the jazz elite call the modern beat, a complete anthology of well-all read and how I made the team.
Well?
What shall I tell the State Department?
That we're going, of course.
Did you say we?
Certainly. Everyone knows you make all my decisions for me.
Everybody but me?
Now, a little more gravel under that wheel. That's it. Bring the pole over here. That's it. Now, give me some of those branches.
Now, may I make a suggestion?
Mr. Pendleton, please. Mr. Bronson happens to be our expert in tractors and farm machinery.
And if he can't get us out of here, no one can.
Thank you for that vote of confidence. All ready, Sergeant. Now, everybody, get behind and push! 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 Well, I think we finally struck firm ground.
I think you've struck oil, but you can have my share. Do you mind if I go up the road a piece to see if I can find a farmhouse or a telephone or something? Good. I knew you wouldn't. Griggs, why don't you break out that last bottle of brandy? Everybody could use a drink. Right, Mrs. Carrington?
I don't know what the president could have been thinking of when he appointed that man to this commission. Oh.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur.
Est-ce que vous avez un téléphone? Un téléphone. Allô, allô.
Allô, monsieur.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un ici, le maître ou la maîtresse?
Oui, la maîtresse. Entrez, monsieur.
Merci.
Attendez, monsieur, s'il vous plaît.
Merci.
Heureusement, j'ai tellement faim, moi. Et la table, elle est mise? Bon, ben, je vais sonner. Allez, tout le monde, à table, déjeunez!
Quel boucan! Aujourd'hui, on parle seulement anglais. Today we speak only English. But as a reward, you may have whatever you want for lunch. Marie.
Ice cream soda.
One ice cream soda. One. Paul.
A hamburger.
Burger, Paul, burger.
A hamburger with chocolate sauce.
Paul.
Please, Julie.
One hamburger with chocolate sauce and 3 onions. Claudine, qu'est-ce que tu veux?
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum. Bubblegum. Bubblegum.
Monsieur?
Bonjour, madame. Je m'appelle Pendleton.
Oh, an American. How do you do, Mr. Pendleton? I am Madame Savane.
Well, that takes the strain off my French. I wonder, have you a telephone?
A telephone? Oh, no, monsieur. Why do you need one?
Well, I'm with a group of people, and our car skidded off the road into a ditch.
No.
No one's hurt. It's just that we can't seem to get the car out. Is there a garage nearby?
For whom? The only car around here for miles is the one that belongs to our gardener.
Well, your gardener has a car. That's wonderful.
Oh, you should see it. It was left here after the war.
A Jeep?
Oh, no. Not that war. The one before it.
Oh, But still, it would be better than nothing. I'd be very glad to pay for the use of it.
I think you better see it first. I will ask the gardener to push it around in the front.
Push it?
Oh, only to start it. After that, it marches. Julie! Julie!
Oui, madame?
As-tu vu Émile?
Oui, madame, il travaille dans les pommes de terre.
Merci bien.
I was watching that girl. She seems quite unusual. Has a wonderful way with children.
Perhaps it's because she is one of them. I myself found her and named her. She has lived her whole 18 years here.
Is that so?
Oh, but that is not getting your car out of the ditch. I will fetch the gardener who's working with the potatoes.
Thank you.
Tu es sage, hein? Tu tournes la manivelle.
C-A-T spells cat. R-A-T spells rat. Although the cat can catch the rat can't catch the cat. H-E-R spells her. F-U-R spells fur. Just pat her fur and listen to her. P-U-R-R, purr.
I have spoken to the gardener. Oh, yes. Every once in a while, one meets a person who has a dinner to take life and make something wonderful of it.
Seems a shame. Oh, I don't mean that this isn't a wonderful place, a good life.
Oh, monsieur, don't apologize. I do my job very well, and I know Julie will even do it better.
Julie what?
Julie André. But for a young woman to spend her life here,
But she's so attractive. Surely there must be some young man who...
Oh, yes. There is the widow farmer who needs a wife. He sells us our eggs every week. And lately he has been giving us an extra dozen, free of charge. I am very, very nervous. You know, we need the eggs for the children, and yet...
Handkerchiefs too, huh?
Oh, you have noticed our ginghams. A little while back we were notified we were going to receive 2,000 yards of cloth. Oh, monsieur, we were so excited. And then it came. All blue and white checker. Oh, sometimes I wish charity would not be so mechanical, so cold.
So all blue and white.
Precisely. Oh, the car is waiting, monsieur.
After all, that's what I came for, isn't it?
Yes, but this car is not very obedient. You better think twice before you even get into it.
Stop making noises like an ambassador, Alex, and answer the question. How do I go about adopting a French orphan?
Now, look, Joe. You stumbled into some orphanage. You're tired. You've been cooped up with the same people for a couple of weeks now. All of a sudden, you see the bright, shining faces of these unwanted children, and you catch on fire. Next thing I know, you arrive here in a beat-up old jalopy. You bang into my Cadillac.
That's the only way I could stop. I told you that before. The car had no brakes. Now, let's get to it. What red tape do we have to cut?
Jervis, even you cannot go leaping about from country to country adopting orphans.
I'm not leaping about. It's only one country and one orphan. Will you please stop stalling and get started?
All right, Jervis, we can try.
Try? Don't give me that. Anytime the American ambassador can't...
Okay. Now, what's the name of the orphanage?
Jeanne d'Arc. right outside Soissons.
And the child's name?
Julie Andre. A-N-D-R-E.
Do you know how old she is?
Yes, 18.
Let's have another martini.
Oh, Alec.
Oh, Jervis.
Now, if you're going to take that attitude, we won't get any place.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, has she got a friend?
This girl has a gift for life. I want to send her to America. I want to educate her.
You can't adopt an 18-year-old girl. You can't ask me... They have a name for what you're asking me to do.
That is narrow-minded, bigoted, and evil.
Jervis, have you any idea how easy it is to lose a job with the State Department these days?
But my motives are as pure as...
Just a moment, Jervis. I think the ambassador fears that if the press hear about this, they might conceivably place a different interpretation upon your motives, however pure in fact they may be.
Thank you, Griggs.
Fair point. I have it. The entire thing can be done anonymously, like a scholarship fund. There'll be absolutely no contact between the girl and myself. She won't even know who I am. The Pendleton Foundation gives lots of scholarships to American boys and girls. Why not to this girl? Why not?
I don't know why not.
Well?
Of course, you're not really adopting her in this case. You're merely sponsoring her.
Right.
But you want to send her to college. How do we know she'll qualify?
Qualify? I'm on the board of trustees of some institution of learning for young ladies. Which one is it, Griggs?
Walston College in Massachusetts.
What makes you think they'll take her?
What was our contribution last year?
Sizable.
She is now an enrolled member of the freshman class of Walston College in Massachusetts. Here, start writing. Now, where were we?
18 years old. Oh.
Julie, everything is true. Everything is happening. Look, here is a letter from the American ambassador. Your name, Julie Andre. You are going to America to college.
How do I go?
By aeroplane. Everything has been arranged. Traveling expenses, college, clothes to wear.
And the food too?
Food, everything that you desire.
Hamburger?
Hamburger.
Ice cream?
3 times a day.
Oh, la, 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 la. I will send some back to the children. And pictures of Indians and cowboys and so.
Maybe where you are going, there won't be any cowboys. Indians maybe, but not cowboys.
Oh, la, la. No, madame, it's not possible. It's like a dream. It's too... Who is it that would do that for me? What's his name? Where is he?
Oh, I cannot tell you his name. He doesn't wish you to know it.
Hey, why? I want to thank him.
He doesn't want any thanks. He doesn't want any gratitude. His only wish is that you hide him once a month, just like he would be your father, and tell him the progress you are making in school. And this is the address. Mr. John Smith, Post Office, Box 3642, New York City. It's all written out here. Of course, Mr. John Smith is not his real name.
Oh, la, la, madame. It has really happened, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's really true.
Everything is true. Go on, Julie. You go to sleep and say a nice prayer of thanks, hein?
Merci, madame.
Il n'y a pas de quoi, mon chou.
Bonsoir, madame.
Dors bien.
Oh, how beautiful it is. It is an American automobile. No, it is Italian. It is not. It's a Cadillac we saw one in the cinema. Hey, kids, what are you doing there? There is an American automobile with a man. He has been talking to Emile.
Where? Let me see. Oh, zut. Did you see him? Did you see his face?
Yes, we saw him.
You did? What did he look like? Was he old?
Oh, yes, very old.
How old?
Older than him.
Oh. Did you see his hair? What kind of hair did he have?
No hair.
Bald?
Maybe. He wore a hat. We saw only his shadow. He was very thin and very tall, very long legs. Comme un faucheux.
Un faucheux?
Yes, a faucheux. A daddy long legs.
Oh, a daddy long legs.
Yes, a daddy long legs.
Now off to bed quickly. Be very quiet. Don't wake up the others.
Teddy Longlegs.
Papa Fauché.
Julie, Julie.
That'll be $1.50.
Keep the change, please.
Thank you.
Aye. Through those portals, sister.
See ya.
See ya.
Hi, Magic. Hi.
Bosch?
Pardon?
Freshman. Are you a freshman?
Oui, yes, I'm a freshman.
Well, you must be our French girl, Julie Andre.
Oh, you know about me, eh?
Yes, I have a list of everybody and where they come from. I'm Pat Withers, Senior. Welcome to Walston College.
Thank you.
You're in room 205 with Linda Pendleton and Sally McBride. Right up the stairs and down the hall to your left.
Thank you, Miss Signor.
Egghead! 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 Hit it, Marlon! Okay! Welcome, Egghead. Wipe that smile off your face. Never speak until you're spoken to. What an egghead! You're an egghead! But you're soon gonna be hard-boiled. Blow your nose, dry your ears. Get up and salute when the senior appears. Move your feet, get out the lead. Put a hat on to cover the point of your head. Tummy in, sweater out, and eliminate that supercilious pout. But since you are a lady, dear, you're very welcome here. Welcome, egghead. You're an egghead, but you're soon gonna be hard-boiled.
Oh, pardon.
Excuse me.
Hi, I'm Sally McBride. This is Linda Pendleton.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Pendleton. I am Julie André.
We've heard about you. We're both signing up for French, and we expect to get straight A's.
You know, I'd help you with English, but I'm a total loss at it myself. I smell. Oh, you do? At English. Oh. However, I have got a brother at Harvard who's real smooth. So if I were you, I'd cultivate me. You better cultivate Linda, too, because her folks are big muckamucks around here. Every time they need a new building or something, her uncle coughs up the Mazuma.
Oh, pipe down, Sally. Look, have we said anything that you can understand yet?
Well, most of the words, yes, but the meaning...
I thought so.
Don't worry, you'll get with it.
One of us has to sleep in a room by herself. Would it bother you if you slept alone?
Alone? A bedroom for myself? Oh, no, no, no. That would not bother me at all.
Good, then that's settled. Now, where's your trunk?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Didn't you pack?
Oh, yes, but all I packed was this.
Well, she's smart. She believes in traveling life.
Well, surely those aren't all the clothes you have for the whole year, are they?
I don't know.
Come in.
Miss Julie Andre,
Yes, that's me.
I got a couple of trunks for you.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, you know what?
Oh, nice. Why, I've never seen anything so big. Oh,
Miss Andre,
Yes?
would you sign here, please?
And you were the girl who didn't have an Ephron?
Yes,
and
please.
she believes in traveling life. Oh.
Look, two of them.
Thank
Thank you.
Well, come on, aren't you going to open them?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hurry.
Well, they are locked.
Well, of course they're locked. Where are the keys?
Oh, the keys.
The keys.
Of course, the keys. Oh, well, I am tired of saying I do not know, but I do not know.
Well, look, we'll try my nail file. It works great on my sister's diary.
Yes?
Julie,
Yes.
this just arrived. Special delivery.
Oh, thank you.
I don't get used to this kind of service. It's only the first day.
The keys. I think it's the keys.
See if they are.
There they are. There they are. I am.
Hurry! I have a strange feeling I'm going to be the best dressed girl I can have. Oh, my heavens. Look at them.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Oh. Oh.
Get a load of these labels.
He's from my guardian.
Are you sure he's your guardian?
Oh, yes. That I do know.
Oh, there's so many of them. Ooh. Kitty keys. What, they're beautiful.
Oh, this is the one that I...
Oh. Oh, isn't it a beauty? Look, Linda. You know, if I lose about 5 pounds...
I can step right into this one.
Oh, that's beautiful.
How did he know my eyes were blue, the darling?
Julie! Julie, I'll swap your date with my brother for a chance to wear this dress. Swell, it's a deal.
See, there's still some
Oh,
more in
my
there.
heavens. Oh, I've never seen so many.
Sally? Why, Sally? Do you think he's really your guardian?
Well, I don't care what his intentions are. His taste is divine. Julie! Julie!
Hey, behold, an American Frenchman.
Oh, you
The Dear Daddy Longlegs, or perhaps I should say, dear kind person who sends orphans to college. Yesterday morning, I was in France, and tonight I am sleeping in Walston.
It is strange to be writing letters to somebody you don't know. It is very strange for me to be writing letters at all. Never before had I anyone to write to. But now I belong to somebody. And it is a very comfortable sensation. I will try to make you proud of me. Yours very respectfully, Julie. Is, Mr. Pendleton to see this?
No, Miss Pritchard. Just start a new file. Andre, Julie Andre.
Yes, Mr. Goose.
Dear Daddy Longlegs, I doubt that it will interest you, but this semester I have moved up 2 places. I am now 12th in my class. My average is just above a B. Greg speaking. Yes. Oh, she is? Just a moment.
Yes, Griggs, old boy.
Jervis, your sister-in-law Gertrude is on the phone.
I just left for Alaska.
Look, she's called 5 times. It's about your house at Murray Bay. She's decided to spend the summer there with Linda. She wants you to have it redecorated. French provincial.
She wants me to have my house redecorated so she can use it for her vacation?
Yes. For Gertrude, it seems a fairly reasonable request.
Well, you can tell my sister-in-law she can...
Tell Mrs. Pendleton, Mr. Pendleton will be very happy to have her use the house. Yes, he agrees with her that French provincial should be most attractive. He wonders why he didn't think of it himself. Yeah, where was I?
My average is just above a B.
What?
The Andre letter.
Oh. File it.
You didn't finish reading it. It is very hard to go on writing to a thing. You never answer my questions. You never show the slightest interest in anything I do. You don't praise and you don't scold. It's like having a machine for a father. I love college and I love you for sending me, but couldn't you write just one letter? Not too respectfully yours, Julie.
File it, Miss Pritchard.
Isn't somebody someday going to answer that poor child?
All right. Dear Miss Andre, your letter of the 23rd received. Mr. Smith's attention will be called to your progress. I'm sure he'll be pleased with the report. Very truly yours.
That's a cheerful, breezy little note. I'm sure that'll warm her up.
What do I know about writing to a young girl? All right, destroy my letter. Continue the old arrangement. File it under A.
Yes, Mr. Griggs. Mr. Griggs, a person is not a corporation. A person is flesh and blood and feelings.
On slide 3, I don't like the word coach. Pendleton Airways is selling something better than coach travel. We must find a new phrase. Yes, Griggs?
Jervis, a person is not a corporation.
Really? Cabin clipper just occurred to me. How's that strike you?
A person is flesh and blood and feelings and has to be treated as such.
I'll vote for that. Where do I register?
Your treatment of her has been absolutely shameful.
She's a monster. Sometimes I think my poor brother gave up the ghost just to get away from her.
Not your sister-in-law. I am referring to Miss Julie Andre.
Miss Julie Andre?
Oh, I'm not in the least surprised.
Yes, sir.
Miss Pritchard, bring in that file.
Which file, Mr. Griggs?
The one you've been crying into.
Crying in the file. Not only does it sound inefficient, it sounds like a tune on the hit parade. Say, what's going on around here?
Nothing is going on around here, and it's all your fault. Over 2 years ago, you, impulsively, capriciously, against the better judgment of the American ambassador and myself, picked a young girl out of a French orphanage and deposited her in Walston College.
Oh, that Julie Andre.
Yes, that Julie Andre.
She's been kicked out. Griggs, how could you let this happen after all we do for that college?
She has not been kicked out. She stands 12th in her class. She's a lovely, sensitive, marvelous girl, one that any parent should be proud of. And yet no one pays the slightest bit of attention to her. Thank you, Miss Pritchard.
Thank you, Mr. Griggs.
For a moment, I was afraid there was a baby in it. What kind of a performance was that?
For more than 2 years, that poor girl has been pouring her heart out to you in those letters. And you haven't answered one of them. You haven't even bothered to read one.
Oh, wait a minute. That was the arrangement. It had to be done anonymously, remember? Alec insisted upon that.
At least you could have asked about her, shown some compassion, some humanity.
Oh, I see. I see. You're in love with her.
No, Jervis, it's much worse than that. She's in love with you.
What?
Although you don't know it, you've been a thoughtful and considerate guardian. She spent the last 2 summers on your farm in Nova Scotia, although she thinks Linda's responsible for that.
Linda?
Your niece. Gertrude's daughter. The one you haven't seen since she was born.
Oh, yes. Horrible-looking baby.
Well, she's no longer a horrible-looking baby, and she's Julie's roommate.
Who put them together?
You did. It was the only way you could arrange for Miss Andre's summer vacations without causing talk. And last Christmas, you sent her a nice present.
I did? What?
3 pairs of silk pajamas.
Griggs.
All right, Miss Pritchard selected them. All in all, Miss Andre has a lot to thank you for, and she's very devoted to you. She calls you her Dear Daddy Longlegs.
Dear Daddy what legs?
Well, it has something to do with your shadow crawling on the wall, or a spider. Jervis, I think you'd better read these letters.
I think I better read them, too. Dear Daddy Longlegs. She's a prolific little thing, isn't she? Griggs, will you tell Miss Pritchard to hold all my calls until she hears from me?
Dear Daddy Longlegs, you never answered my questions, and they were very important. Are you very bald? Or just a little bald? Are you very old? Or just a little old? Oh, well, on second thought, please don't answer. Not that you will. It is just as much fun not knowing anything about you. It leaves me free to imagine whatever I want. You could be anything. Sometimes I think that you are a Texas millionaire. That's what you are. And you are so rich that there is a special department in the United States Treasury which works only on your income tax report.
Texas where the stars are bright, down in Texas where they treat you right. Everybody sings this little song. Daddy, Daddy, why's your legs so long?
Love your figure cause it's so corn-fed. Love that hair upon your pumpkin head. Though you're richer than the Vanderbilt. Daddy, Daddy, where'd you get them stilts?
Now, chicken in the red pen, picking up low, pick out your head and pick out your ear. First prize is Blockbuster, second prize, Fort Knox. Jimmy the new set, ancient fool, long leg text with a big fat collie. Wait till he starts to walk the dog, he'll bug out your eyes like a storm crow. Alouette left and Alouette right, Harley food, prayer jockey. Make foot up and make foot down, both feet up, make a hole in the ground. Hands up high and the jets go under, grab your gal and swing her like thunder. Kiss her once, jump for joy, kiss her twice, brownie.
Well, maybe not. You are probably an international playboy. I don't like you like this. I prefer to think of you as my guardian angel. Oh, it's very confusing. I wish I knew who you really are. I wish one day you would write and tell me. Your lonesome Julie.
Will you get my sister-in-law on the phone, please?
Who, sir?
My sister-in-law, Gertrude Pendleton. Hello? Hello, Gertrude. Tell me, how is Linda?
Who is this? Jervis? I don't believe it. You've been drinking.
No, not a drop. I merely called up to find out about my niece. Tell me, how is she enjoying college?
Jervis, this is very peculiar. Linda is 20 years old, and you haven't seen her for more than 19 and a half.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right, Gertrude. I've been the worst of all possible uncles. I'm sorry. Say, how about you and me driving up to see her?
But this is insane. All I wanted you to do was write Julie a letter.
Will you keep quiet? No, not you, Gertrude. There's a mechanical device here that produces strange noises. Spring dance? Saturday? Oh, that sounds charming. Fine. We'll drive up together. Wonderful, wonderful. See you then. Goodbye.
But you can't do this. You can't go to the school and reveal yourself to that girl. It's violating your promise to Alec.
Griggs, how you do carry on. I have no intention of revealing myself. I'm simply going up there to visit my niece. And while I'm there, I'll get a look at my orphan. But...
Mrs. Gertrude Pendleton on the phone.
Put her on. Yes, Gertie. Why, of course it was me you were talking to a moment ago. Who else? Who else but Linda's Uncle Jervis?
Jervis, please remember that you're with me and don't leer.
I wasn't leering. I was just looking around.
I hope you remember they are very young.
Time cannot wither nor custom stale your infinite charm, Gertrude.
I don't know what wild plans you have, Jervis, but I don't propose to. Ah, here comes Linda.
Oh, Linda, darling, can you ever forgive your Uncle Jervis?
For heaven's sake, Jervis, that's not Linda.
Oh, I am sorry.
What in the world are you doing here anyway? Linda, dear, I don't suppose you remember your Uncle Jervis, but that's perfectly all right. He doesn't remember you either.
Hello, Uncle Jervis.
Linda, dear, I've been very foolish in not coming to see you more often. You're lovely.
Why, thank you. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I haven't made a mistake.
What?
Well, I took the liberty of, that is, the girls insisted I fill out a dance card for you.
Oh, sounds charming.
So if you just go and stand under your initial, you'll be claimed like a piece of luggage at an airport.
A well-traveled piece of luggage.
Linda, dear, do I have the pleasure of a dance with your mother?
Why, no. Oh, I mean, well, it never occurred to me when
Isn't it a shame? Well, here I go.
Come off it, McBride.
What kind of a sorry is this? I gave up one dance to somebody's uncle, and that's as far as I'll go. Oh, I beg your pardon, Professor.
It's quite all right, fella. Quite all right, only I don't happen to be a professor.
Mr. McBride?
Yes, Miss Andre.
I believe this is our dance.
Thank you, ma'am. Pardon us, Professor. I told you I was not a
Oh, you must be Uncle Jervis.
Oh.
Well, I'm Sally McBride, Linda's roommate.
Oh, I thought Linda's roommate was
you mean the vision of loveliness that just danced off with my brother? Well, that's Julie Andre. She's the third cellmate.
Oh, I see.
Well, shall we have a go at it?
Why,
Of course, if this is too bluesy for you, we could sit this one out.
Well, I'll do my best.
All right.
I can do the box step.
Oh.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Well, you're quite good.
Thank you. I'm glad those lessons weren't a complete waste.
Oh.
Last week, they put me on Spanish rhythms. Mr. McBride seems to be quite taken with Miss Andre.
Taken, he's Georgia and she's Sherman marching through.
She the same way about him?
She'd be a darn fool if she weren't.
Am I leading?
Well, up to now, I think it's a tie.
That's a fault of mine. It comes of going to a girls' school. Well, that's that.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, and you won't forget, tomorrow afternoon we're playing Vassar. I do hope you can be there.
Good luck, although I'm sure you could beat Yale.
Why, thank you.
Mr. Pendleton, I am Julie Andre.
Well, how do you do? Is this our dance?
Yes. If you'd rather not dance, we can talk.
Oh, I think I'd like that. Isn't there someplace we could go? In the garden, perhaps? Or maybe that would be bad for your reputation.
It would. Come on, let's destroy my reputation.
Spring is in the air, isn't it? Yes, isn't it?
Now, where do you suggest we have our flirtation?
Well, one usually goes that way. Tell me, haven't we met somewhere before?
No.
That sounds like what the boys usually say, but haven't we?
No, I'm sure I would have remembered.
At the funniest feeling. Of course I know. Come on.
Where?
You'll see.
Oh, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. I was just... Miss Andre, where are you taking me?
You'll see. There you are.
Grandfather. What a wonderful way to end his days. In the middle of a girls' school.
Ah, did he have a weakness for ladies?
Oh, no. Great strength.
Ah, did you inherit that tendency?
That is a very direct question.
Ah, suppose it is. But you know, I never talked to an uncle before. How do I talk to an uncle?
Very respectfully. And you don't ask questions, you answer them. Now sit down and do just that.
Yes, sir.
Not quite that respectful.
Yes, Uncle Jervis.
That's better. I take it that you haven't any uncles of your own.
No uncles, no aunts, no cousins, no brothers, no sisters, no nothing.
Isn't there anyone who...
Oh, it's a very sad story. My father and mother were the Duke and Duchesse de Montchartre, and they both died before I was born.
Both?
Yes. It was during a typhoon. Our yacht overturned in the Sargasso Sea. And I was the only survivor. If you don't believe my story, I have several others, which are much more interesting.
I'm sure you have.
I only tell the stories because nobody believes the truth. Would you like to dance now?
Yes, I would. Would you tell me what the truth is?
Yes, I have a guardian.
I see. Now, what sort of man is he?
Oh, he's tall and very skinny. He always walks with a cane. And he's bald up here. But he has a lovely fringe of white hair all around.
All around?
Uh-huh.
Sounds perfectly stunning.
Oh, don't you make fun of him. I love him very much. When I get out of college, I'm going to live with him.
Huh? You are?
Yes. But it's a surprise. He doesn't know it yet. I have it all planned. I'm going to read aloud to him and plump his pillows and warm up his slippers. And always make sure he wears his galoshes when he goes out.
From the way you describe him, I don't think he'll be going out very often.
Oh, well, he's not a boy anymore.
That is probably true. Does he ever come to see you?
No.
Well, why not?
Well, he doesn't care anything about me, really.
Oh, now I'm sure he does.
Oh, I just pretend. One must have somebody to love, you know. So I make believe that he really cares.
Maybe he does care more than you think.
Oh, he does, huh? I write to him all the time whenever I get lonely. He doesn't even read my letters.
How do you know?
He throws them in the wastebasket.
He does no such thing. I mean, I don't think he does.
Then why doesn't he ever answer?
Dropsy. Probably can't hold a pencil.
Ha, 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 ha. Oh, la, la.
Hey, you. Oh, it's only you, Professor. I was going to punch somebody in the nose. Hey, Julie, we missed the dance.
Oh, sorry, Jimmy. This is Mr. Pendleton. He's not a professor.
Oh.
Mr. Pendleton, Jimmy McBride.
How do you do?
How do you do, sir? Natural mistake, of course.
Of course.
Come on, Julie. They're going to do Slewfoot.
Oh, good. Excuse us, Uncle Jervis.
Thank you for keeping Little Red Riding Hood away from the wolves.
Now hear this. Now hear this. Everybody, 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 get ready for Slewfoot.
Go!
You want to dance, that's easy to do. Then take the one I'm hip to do too. I'm gonna teach you to call it on what they're calling us Slewfoot. You make your right foot point to the north. You make your left foot point to the south. And then you stroll sort of westerly, slow and siesterly, Slewfoot. Don't be an oddball and don't be a fake. Try, why be shy? After all, it's even better if your feet's too big. You put the old posterior out. Then you manipulate it about. It is the most macadamiest, I mean the craziest Slewfoot. You gotta rock like a rocking chair. The step is clocked like a slightly square. You count to 1, 2, 3, 4, and you holler. You put your toe out, you drag it back, you really go out. You ball the jack, you want to down, down, before when you holler,
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
When you're feeling blue, dream, that's the thing to do.
Hello, Jervis.
Hello, Griggs. Wonderful day, isn't it?
Yes, the market opened very strong.
Bring the mail?
Did I ever fail to bring it, Jervis?
No.
My dear fellow, what are you in such a foul mood about? The first days of spring always affect me this way.
Oh, Griggs, will you please have this record sent to Miss Andre?
And who is sending the record?
I am, of course.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, Jervis, but in which incarnation are you sending it? Jekyll or Hyde? Uncle Jervis or Daddy Longlegs?
Jervis Pendleton, and you can leave off the uncle if you don't mind.
Yeah, what you're looking for is in the personal file.
Thank you, Griggs. Dear Daddy Longlegs, I met Linda's Uncle Jervis. He seemed very nice. He seemed very nice. He seemed very nice. But an awful thing has happened. Oh, not to me, but to Jimmy McBride. He's had a dreadful disappointment. He was all set to go to South Africa as a mining engineer when the project blew up. Imagine, only about a month from graduation, and he considers himself a failure. If he would follow my advice, he'd stay in this country and work in his father's overalls factory. But he hates it. I can't tell you how miserable I feel for him. Griggs.
Yes, Jervis.
Would you come here a moment, please?
I'll be right there.
He was all set to go to South Africa as a mining engineer when the project blew up. Griggs, I'd like to do something for a young chap I know. Name's McBride. Brilliant mining engineer. Do we have an opening for him?
Well, our New Jersey lab can always use a bright young man.
No, not New Jersey. He's the adventurous type. He'd want to go far away, you know, see the world kind of thing.
Someplace out of the country, eh?
Yeah, oh, he'd sign up for a year's contract. As a matter of fact, he wants to. He's a good man. Very highly recommended.
By whom?
By me. I met him at that college dance recently. He's a friend of Linda's. I was quite impressed with him. I have an eye for these young people who are going places.
Going places. How about our tin mines in Bolivia?
Bolivia?
Would that be far enough away for you?
It's not for me, it's for him.
Oh, of course. I can't imagine what I was thinking of.
Our mines in Bolivia sound ideal.
Oh, they are. Almost inaccessible. Takes 2 days to reach them after you get off a burro's back.
Fine. Will you get Miss Pritchard in here, please?
Miss Pritchard?
Yes, I wanted to take a letter.
I thought perhaps you wanted to teach her the slew foot.
Jervis?
Oh, hello, Larry. How are you?
Fine.
Good, good.
Meeting someone?
Yeah, my niece, Linda, and her roommate. They're coming down from college.
Oh, yes. I wish I knew she was on the plane.
Yeah. Oh.
Jervis, how
Hello,
are
Julie.
you?
So good to see you. How's the flight?
Oh, just wonderful.
Well,
Wonderful.
Jervis, I'll just...
Pardon me, Mr. Hamilton, Miss Andre.
How do you do?
Where's Linda?
She couldn't come.
She couldn't come?
No.
Well, as I was saying, Jervis, I'll just be buzzing along. Three's, you know what. Very happy to meet you.
Goodbye.
What happened to Linda?
Oh, she woke up this morning with the sniffles, and she told me that her colds always get much worse before they get better, so I just let her. Shouldn't I have come alone?
Oh, yes, of course. Certainly. I'd have been very disappointed if you hadn't.
Oh.
Really? Are these your baggage checks?
Yes.
John, will you handle these for Miss Andre, please? Yeah, sure.
This way, please, Mr. Pendleton.
Jervis, you know, it's just beautiful.
Count 4 towers over and 9 towers to the right. In the basement of the 10th tower, there's a lovely little restaurant. I thought we might have dinner.
Why don't we have it right here so we can see the lights of the city?
Don't they teach you anything at that college? You know what they'll be thinking. Oh, it's ridiculous. What time would you like to dine?
Oh, anytime.
We'll be back at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Black tie?
But of course. No, Jervis. I worked out your whole past.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
There was someone years ago. She was tall, slender, blonde, very beautiful, and you loved her madly. But she married someone else. Oh, she was very foolish.
Thank you.
So you never loved anyone else since? Is that the way it was?
No. There never was a tall, slender blonde. But there was a short little redhead. And then there was a very large brunette. And then there was someone I met in Switzerland. And then there was...
Oh, la la. And you loved them all?
Madly.
And why didn't you ever marry?
I didn't love them that madly.
I don't think you ever will.
Marry? That all depends. You know, there's an old theory. I mean, man got robbed.
What a shame.
A girl got married.
Ah, that's nice. Who did she marry?
A man.
Oh.
They've been in love for a long time.
Oh. Anything else happen?
Yes, but it's not in the paper.
Oh.
Good night, Julie.
Good night, Jervis.
Excuse me, Mr. Ambassador. Right this way, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you. I think you'll find this to your liking. This wing is very quiet.
Did you say something, Griggs?
I was merely inquiring about the price, Jervis.
Have you something simpler, much larger, but simpler?
Yes, Mr. Pendleton, I think we have the very thing.
Well, I think that's kind of cute, don't you?
Very cute.
Oh, very cute.
Well, that's it. I'm glad you all agree. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a breakfast appointment. Goodbye.
You understand, of course, this is subject to the lady's approval.
Naturally. But I think you should know, Mr. Griggs, it's been our experience that a diamond of that quality never comes back.
Never.
Thank you. Coffee now, Jervis?
Yes, please.
You know, last night was the most wonderful night of my life.
I'll drink to that.
Yes. And let's drink to today. Look how beautiful it is.
I'm glad you like it. I ordered it especially for you.
I suppose if you're a Pendleton, you can make anything happen. Can't you, Jervis?
Not quite. Some things are in the lap of the gods.
You know, Jervis, yesterday when I arrived from college, and you looked so stern, and you thought that I should not have come alone? Well, I have a confession to make. I was really terribly afraid and unsure. But it's been very wonderful. You know, last time I came in that airport was when I arrived from France. Was that only 3 years ago? Seems like forever.
Let's drink to France for having sent you here.
To America for letting me come.
Connect me with 3203, please.
Hello?
I'd like to speak with Mr. Pendleton, please.
Oh, just a minute. Jervis, it's for you.
Hello?
Jervis, you are the most contemptible, deceitful, dishonorable character it has ever been my misfortune to know.
Who is this? Who? Oh, yeah, I think so, Alec. Well, all right, I will. Right away. Julie, I'll be right back. Just a few minutes.
Where are you going?
Some friend of mine wants to see me. You finish breakfast. It won't be long. Hi.
Well, I'm waiting. Say something.
All right. Why aren't you in France?
I am here to report to the Secretary of State.
Then why aren't you in Washington?
I'll be there tonight. Now that I've answered your question, suppose you answer mine. What are you doing in that next suite?
Why, you evil-minded...
Jervis, the last time you accused me of being evil-minded was when you wanted to bring that young French girl to this country to educate her.
Alec.
Now, never mind what the newspapers would make of all this. How you enlisted the services of the United States government in your enterprise. Never mind the part I played. Let's leave all that out. Think of the girl. She is here on a student's visa. Her behavior is subject to constant scrutiny. She can be expelled, her passport picked up at a moment...
Wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Alec, it is nothing like that.
Jervis, I was on the terrace. Now, I'm no eavesdropper, but I'd have to be deaf not to overhear the conversation that you and the young lady were having at the breakfast table.
Like what?
Jervis, last night was the most wonderful night of my life. Even the most generous interpretation of that is horrifying. And serving her cocktails at this hour.
Cocktails? Are you nuts?
I distinctly heard the glasses clink.
It was orange juice.
Nobody clinks orange juice glasses. I haven't been out of the country that long.
Oh, Alec, you've got it all wrong. I'm in love with the girl.
Is she in love with you?
I don't know. I was just about to ask her when the darn phone rang and it was you.
Well, I'm glad I was in time. What could the poor girl have said but yes?
She could have said no.
Don't be ridiculous. You've obviously swept her off her feet. You're older than she is. That's always very attractive. You're rich, and that's even more attractive. You've changed her life completely, for which she must be very grateful.
She doesn't know anything about that. She doesn't know that I'm her daddy.
Daddy what? Daddy Sugar?
Oh, shut up. She only knows me as Jervis Pendleton, the uncle of her roommate.
The uncle of her roommate. Doesn't that at least give you pause?
Not particularly. I'm not the only man she's met in America. She's also interested in a Harvard graduate.
Can he afford to bring her to New York and entertain her in this style?
Well...
Of course not. He's probably out looking for a job.
He is not. He's working in Bolivia, in a tin mine. Now, if you'll excuse me...
It wouldn't by any chance happen to be the Pendleton tin mine, would it?
Well, he needed a job. Well, what's the matter with helping young people?
It's an interesting hobby. You seem to have embraced it vigorously.
Well, he applied for a job in Africa. The project blew up, and I just happened to have an opening in Bolivia.
King David.
What are you talking about?
David sent Uriah into battle because he coveted Bathsheba.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I've had just about enough. Now, look here, Alec. There's nothing underhanded or deceitful about this. It's true, I sent that young man. Well, he was going out of the country anyway. He needed a job, and I sent him. Sure, the girl is much younger than I am. I'm not denying that. Sure, I'm rich. There's no question about that. Certainly, I did everything possible to sweep her off her feet. But doesn't every man who's in love... Oh, you're absolutely right. It's insane. What was I thinking of?
I don't know.
You got a cigarette here?
Hmm? She must be very attractive, Jervis.
Very. I'll bring that boy back from Bolivia. Alec, have you any idea how many hotels there are in New York?
Not the slightest.
There are hundreds, thousands.
But Jervis, I always stop here.
$32.03, please.
Jervis, where are you? What are you doing?
I'm downstairs in the lobby. Listen, something terribly important has just come up, and I'm afraid I won't be able to get back there to see you. No, I'm all right. It's just business, you know, State Department. Well, it's rather hard to explain. There are certain things about it that I'm not at liberty to discuss. Can you understand that?
Of course I understand. When shall I see you?
Well, they may want me to go abroad, in which case I won't see you for quite some time.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I see. I see. Oh, well. Oh no, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed.
Julie, I want you to see New York, and I'll send the car and the chauffeur or anything you want.
Thank you very much. Did you say something? Well? Bon voyage?
Thank you. Take care of yourself, Julie. Goodbye.
Hey, Linda. Catch.
Hey, you sure this is mine? How am I ever gonna fit this in? Oh, how do you suppose we ever accumulated so much junk in only 4 years?
Hey, Linda, is this yours?
No.
Well, I don't know who it could belong to. Anyone belong to this? Hi.
Hi, Julie.
Loud call. Anyone belong to this?
Sally, it's mine.
Oh, I never saw you wear it.
Yeah, I know, but it's mine. Oh. Hey, Julie, aren't you gonna pack? Oh, we have plenty of time. There's a whole week till graduation.
Well, don't you want your things to get there before you do?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know something? I don't even think she knows where to send her trunks.
Oh, it's not that. It's that darn Uncle Jervis of mine.
Yeah.
Now you see him, now you don't. There they were having a perfectly wonderful time, and suddenly he calls her up and says he has to go away. He's been traveling ever since. Last time I heard, he was in Madrid.
I thought he was in Calcutta.
Oh, that was 3 cities ago. Last week he was in Hong Kong.
Oh, the beast.
Still, he can be awfully nice when he wants to. Look how nice he's been to Jimmy. Brought him back to New York, raised his salary, raised it twice.
And you can hardly say Jimmy's been a success. You know, that new experiment of his nearly blew up the whole lab last week.
I know.
I am desperately in need of advice. And there is no one I can turn to but you.
Someone's gotta give, someone's gotta give, someone's gotta give, someone's gotta give, someone's gotta
was just going down to the post office. Want me to mail that for you? Oh, yes, please. Can you wait a minute? Sure, take your time.
Mr. Griggs.
Yes?
You are critically ill.
I am?
The doctors have no hope for you.
They haven't.
We must cable Mr. Pendleton to come home immediately.
There's been another letter from that girl.
Yes, Mr. Griggs, and what are we going to do about her? You can't just hand somebody the world and then take it away from them.
Well, I'm in the process of drafting a letter to her now. I've been told that she's to be married shortly.
Oh, like you know.
Well, in the event that she doesn't, a trust fund is being established, and from that she'll be given a sensible income each month. She'll have security for the rest of her life.
Security? I have security, and believe me, it's nothing. You have security in a duller life nobody ever led.
Well, I'm glad to know what you think about security, Miss Pritchard, because you may be about to lose yours.
I can't, Mr. Griggs, because I qualified for my pension last month. Maybe that's why I don't care, but if you won't cooperate with me, I'll send the cable myself.
Well, if you qualified for your pension, how about a drink?
Bourbon on the rocks.
What do you plan to say in that cable?
Griggs, critically ill. Imperative you come home immediately. Doctors have no hope.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you. If I'd offered you a drink 25 years ago, you'd have slapped my face.
How do you know? You never asked me.
Helen Adams. Julie Andre. Sue Anthony. Mary Armstrong. Patricia Benton. Margaret Benson.
Come in.
Congratulations, my dear. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I had a lovely cry, too. This is the first graduation I've been to since my own.
Well, I don't want to appear impolite, but should I know you?
There's no reason why you should. I'm Alicia Pritchard, and I've come to take you to see John Smith.
Oh, John Smith?
Daddy Longlegs.
Oh. He wants to see me.
Well, let's say he's going to see you.
Oh. Who is he?
I think he should tell you that himself. Now, you hurry and change, because we're going to New York.
Oh, we go to New York today?
Today.
Today? She's bringing her here today?
Very shortly.
That cablegram was right. Brother, you are sick. Sick in the head. Don't you know about that girl and Jimmy McBride? Why, they're suited to each other. They'll be married, happy, and have children. Why, if Julie comes here today and finds out that I did everything, she'd be beholden. She'd fling herself into my arms out of gratitude. Now, who wants that? Don't you know that's just the reason I went away?
Jervis, if I were you, I'd pull myself together. Miss Andre will be coming through that door very shortly.
Oh, well, when she does, do you know who she's going to find sitting behind that desk? You.
Me?
Yes, you started all this, and you can handle it. You are Daddy Longlegs. Sit down. She's never seen you before. You fit her description of me better than I do myself, you old fuddy-duddy.
But this is ridiculous. What would I say to her?
I don't give a hang what you say to her. You can propose marriage. All I care. Now, let's keep this thing tucked around here so you don't look properly feeble. Now, keep your head down. You know, you haven't the strength to keep your chin up anymore. You've been very ill, remember?
Oh.
Okay, that's good. Ah, Whistler's father.
You may accept my resignation from your employment, effective as of this moment.
It's too late now. Don't you dare move. Yeah? Mr. Pendleton. Fine. Have her come right up.
Look, Jervis, don't be a fool.
Look, I'm an expert at being a fool. That's why I know I'm not being one this time.
Come in, my dear. Sit down, my dear. The time has come to tell you, I am John Smith.
Well, I am not Pocahontas. I'm Linda Pendleton, and I want to see my Uncle Jervis.
Linda. Linda. Hello, my dear.
Hello, Uncle Jervis.
Well, now, how did you know I was back?
I have a very nice spy who works for you.
That doesn't surprise me a bit. I am surrounded by spies.
Uncle Jervis, I have a dreadful problem. I must talk to you.
Go right ahead. Oh, I have no secrets from Griggs.
Well, I have.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Miss Pendleton. I am so glad to be out of something.
Well, don't go far. Sit down, honey. Tell me, what's on your mind?
Uncle Jervis, I'm in love and I want to get married.
Well, there's no problem there. Sounds very nice and natural.
Mother's very much against it. She doesn't approve of him.
Well, if your mother doesn't approve, you've probably made an excellent choice. Why don't you just elope, or is that too old-fashioned?
No, but I would like a big wedding. Silly of me, I suppose, but I'm only planning to be married once.
That is old-fashioned.
Don't joke, Uncle Jervis. I thought perhaps if you talked to Mother, told her how well he's doing at the lab, what a wonderful future you see ahead for him, well, she might forget that his father manufactures overalls. I think she's afraid his whole family will attend a ceremony in overalls.
Linda, you couldn't by any chance be speaking of one Jimmy McBride.
The one and only.
Jimmy McBride and you? Oh, how perfectly wonderful. It's sensational. But tell me, when and how?
I got him on the rebound, Uncle Jervis, but I got him, and that's all that I care about.
Well, congratulations, my dear. Your mother will give you the biggest wedding this town has ever known.
You think so?
I know so. You know why? Because I'm going to pay for it.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you'll be very happy. Now make a list of the presents you want. A long, long list. Don't stint. You're only doing this once, you know.
Oh, Uncle Jervis, I love you.
I love you. Now, if you'll excuse me,
I'm
expecting...
of course, I understand.
Listen, honey, how is Julie?
Julie Andre? She's having the most dreadful time. She's terribly unhappy.
Is she?
I thought you'd be glad to hear that. Goodbye, Uncle Jervis.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Griggs.
Yes?
Have I been rude to you?
Most.
Forgive me. You're utterly charming. You're a little fat boy with wings and a bow and arrow, and I'm very fond of you. You're a dandy.
Here we are. This is where he lives.
Who shall I ask for?
Don't worry about it. You're expected.
Thank you, Miss Pritchard. Thank you for everything.
Miss Andre?
Yes.
May I take your coat? Wait just a moment, please.
As we continue to view this truly remarkable collection of art, one feels more and more a sense of debt toward its donor. Now we come to some of the Impressionists, a group of painters who have always been a subject of great controversy. Their break with the past was viewed with great horror by the academic school, who had for so long reigned supreme in French art.
This is a Renoir. Actually, it is a painting of the daughter of the Marquis de Marino and was said to have been done in 1894. Will you please stay with the group, miss?
Me?
We cannot have people wandering off by themselves. I must insist that you stay with the rest of us. Renoir is famous for his paintings of children, but this is one of his finest. Here we have a Caron. In this painting, the foliage, far more than any signature, proclaims the painter. Note the rich use of browns and yellows. A truly fine example of Caron at his
For him, the countryside was a constant source of inspiration. The homely rustic scene is brought to life here with great sensitivity. One feels that
Hello,
Thoreau
Julie.
understands his subject.
Hello.
In every detail he conveys his affection.
What are you doing here?
Shh, quiet, please, quiet. He reveals his serenity.
Do you know my guardian?
Oh, yes. Yes, very well.
You never told me before.
He asked me not to. But I knew you were coming here today, and I had to see him first because there was something very important I wanted to ask him.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, as is customary, we conclude the tour with the Pendleton family portraits. Here we have a portrait of the first Jervis Pendleton, painted by James Abbott McNeill Whistler. Jervis Pendleton II sat, or stood, as you can see, for John Singer Sargent, whose portraits are hung in every important museum in the world.
Just as real as they seem.
This is Jervis Pendleton III, who, as you can see, has broken with the family tradition somewhat. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes our tour. Thank you very much. Oh, miss, the tour is over. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. Yes, of course, sir. Good day, sir.
Tell me, when you saw John Smith, what did you ask him?
Since he's your guardian, I felt I should ask his permission before asking you to marry me.
Oh, what did he say?
He said I'd have to wait my turn, that he wants to ask you himself first.
Why don't you?